Hey, this is Chris, keeping it real, facts over fear. How you doing today? It's kind of a gloomy Sunday, but the news is not gloomy. The news is good. The 14-day rolling average of confirmed cases in North Carolina continues to drop precipitously. I like words like that, precipitously, because it kind of, just pronouncing it lets you know what it means. Like off a cliff, precipitously, into a precipice. I love English, I really do. And so with it dropping so dramatically, where are we going to be? How's this thing going to end? Well, I'm saying this thing's going to go out with a whimper, and it's going to go out fairly soon. I'm not saying that we are going to completely eliminate this virus. I don't think that's possible. I don't know that I think smallpox might be the exception to that rule. Except some brainiac thinks it's a good idea to keep some samples somewhere in cold storage, which that's just a dumb idea, but I digress. With the rates falling as they are, let me just back up a bit. My whole assertion during this whole thing has been that what government did or didn't do really didn't have a large effect on the outcome from last February till now. My premise has always been people were going to do what people were going to do, and that during the height of the pandemic's opening phase, most people would have stayed home anyway. And they just had a good cover for staying home because the governor told them to stay home. But I think most people were genuinely, I was, and I think most people were genuinely concerned and did not want to take any unnecessary risks. And so then we get on into summer and people start loosening up, and then we get into fall and people loosen up even more. And then by Christmas and Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving and Christmas, by the way, excuse me, people just pretty much said, no, we're done. We're pretty much done with this. And I think now that the vaccines are rolling out, people are, the general consensus of the population is this thing's about over. And once everyone recognizes what's really going on, once everyone recognizes that the case numbers have gotten down below 500 or 400 or 300, which I believe will happen within the next 60 days, probably even sooner at the rate this vaccine's being administered, they're going to stop worrying about it at all, and people are going to do what they do, and they are going to start, except for the ones who live in a state of fear, and there's always those people in the news media which needs to sell advertising space, so they need to keep it hyped. But most people are going to come to the conclusion that this is in fact over, and we don't need to worry, and it's about time we get back to our regular lives. And so that is when the pandemic is over. It's not over when the last case is filed, and it's not over when the scientists say it is. It's over when the vast majority of the people who have good common sense and can read and can see what's in front of their eyes decide it's over. And that's when it's going to be over, and I think it'll be by June 1st. And it's just going to go away. It is just going to go away. A lot of people will get vaccinated, some people won't. But by the time we get to June 1st, it isn't going to matter if you're vaccinated or not, because it's going to be done. And so that's just based on human nature, not based on science, because science has not really been a good guide during this pandemic at all. Now, science has supposedly and hopefully, without further ramifications in regards to the vaccine, has solved, really. Well, it has shortened the length of the pandemic. That's what the vaccine has done. It has shortened it, and so it has given us probably an extra year of our lives back, because if we'd had to rely on natural means, I'm just looking at the vaccine numbers and how they totally dwarf the number of confirmed cases per day. And so when you have something that you can be proactive with, it makes such a big difference, rather than just, waiting for people to get sick. That's yeah, it's much better. It's much better to have a vaccine. Whether or not we're all going to take it or not, it's better to have a vaccine because you know a certain number of people will take it, and that's going to be enough. That's going to be enough to take care of it. And so, that's kind of what those are my thoughts on the matter. That by June 1st, this thing is going to go away. None of the governors will have a leg to stand on in terms of declaring that there's still some kind of emergency. That's going to go away. Therefore, all the restrictions are going to go away. And whatever happens after that will be, again, what people decide to do. And some people will continue to wear masks, and some people will continue to sanitize their hands, and some people will continue to stay home because they're afraid, and some people will decide, heck with it, I'm going out. I'm going to get back to where I was in January 2020, and I'm going to continue my life on. And as long as that's not dictated by the government, I'm good with any of those responses. And as long as nobody's telling me I have to do things that I don't want to do, if I'm free to make the decision for myself, then I'm fine with that too. All right. Kind of heavy, huh? No, it's not. I think this is just basic. This is just basic stuff. This is just the way human beings are. I don't have a psychology degree or psychiatry degree, but yeah, look around. Go back through the last 12 months and see how things unfolded, and decide for yourself: would it really have been different if the government had just stuck out, and kept their hands out of it? I don't think so. Alrighty. If you have any questions or comments to these thoughts I've had, I really would appreciate it. You can leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. We appreciate it when you do. We'll see you on the next thought-provoking video.